So we tried callers from all over the world. We tried cold callers, so you don't have to. Here's what we found. I'm going to rank them. In the first place I want to talk about is first world. So USA, UK, Western Europe, Australia. I like to give these guys a 7 out of 10. I really like working with Americans. There's a lot of people, like when an American calls them, they trust them. It feels good. It feels right. It's much easier in a lot of ways. There isn't really a language barrier. There's no accent. The downside with these guys, and this is a big downside, is they're expensive. And the issue is they genuinely don't want to do the work. They don't like cold calling. It's like pulling teeth. They don't enjoy it. As soon as they can get to do anything else, and by the time they get good at it, they're a lot more interested into a high-paying sales role. So it's really hard to retain them because they're usually going to find a way to make like $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month somewhere else, because by the time they get really, really good at cold calling, it's hard to keep them in a cold calling role. Number one, first world. Second is Philippines, India, South Africa. I'm lumping these guys together and I give them a 4 out of 10. Now, we actually trained a really amazing SDR from South Africa, and like we have a ton of really good team members from the Philippines, so I don't want it to seem like painting that whole side of the world. The issue you're going to see over and over and over again with callers from this area is they have this customer service voice and accent. And when you're calling ultra high net worth individuals, when you're calling C-suite, they just immediately rub them the wrong way. And from a temperament and personality point of view, they're usually not very tough. So what happens is it's almost like sending a golden retriever in to like fight a pit bull. It's just not the right personality and temperament culturally to get really, really good results. So I've seen good Filipino call centers, but in my personal experience, if you're targeting like high level B2B, I don't think it's the move. And then other parties, Latin America, Venezuela, places like that, Colombia, what we found is that they're really dedicated, really motivated salespeople, but they don't have so much of a cold call culture. And so what happens is sometimes you get personalities where they're like really trying to make as much money as possible, and sometimes they're actually too aggressive. So you'll book meetings, but then there's a lot of customer service issues, or the caller has a tendency to push too far. And so I give them a 6 out of 10. Like, I'd still rather book the meeting, but there's reputational risk, there's downside risk in our experience. Now, Middle East, I give a 9 out of 10, especially Egypt. What I found is they have a really good accent because of British colonial rule. A lot of times they have more responsibility at a younger age, so they're a little bit more professional. And also, they're good at being aggressive without rubbing people the wrong way. The example that I always use, like, you go to the market and you're haggling, but you know the guy, he knows your kids, you know his mom, like everybody kind of knows each other, so you never like push it too hard. So I really, really, really like Middle East, specifically Egypt, for this reason. I give them a 9 out of 10. The downside is you have to be on top of them. They need a lot of management, a lot of oversight, a lot of training, a lot of control. Like for us, it's like 40 to 60 resumes before we find somebody we like. They go through a ton of training. And if you don't listen to everything, if you give them some wiggle room, they can really bite you. You have to be willing to really take a lot of control and ownership. And if you give them really clear structure, in my opinion, they are the best callers in the world. If you guys need any help with any of this stuff, with cold calling systems or building your own team, please reach out. Otherwise, have a great day. And now that I don't have the flu, I'll talk to you guys soon.